All right, so Salty Holvey over on Twitch asked, should I do crafting while leveling? Thanks for the YouTube videos for new players. Always wanted to try LOTRO. For some MMOs, the time investment isn't worth it in terms of crafting. It's a very, very good question. So I'm going to sit back. We're going to put the keyboard up on the desk. I'm going to roll my chair back a little bit, put my feet up, and we're going to chat crafting, everybody. Because crafting is a huge endeavor in Lord of the Rings Online. If you were playing on a live server, my answer would be completely different. But if you're planning on playing on the legendary server, it is worth it. If you're playing on the live servers, I would say that crafting is a secondary thing you could do for fun and for cosmetics, especially if you look at things like woodworking, because you can make instruments for the bard or for the minstrel. So you can make a drum and a flute and a mandolin and all the different instruments. Or you can make cloaks as a leather worker. You can make armor. You can make weapons. It's great for alts, not really so big for mains on live servers. However, we are on the legendary server, which means it's level 1 to 50, and the expansion is Shadows of Angmar. It's not even an expansion, it's the launch version of the game from like 16 or so years ago, which is the Shadows of Angmar. In the Shadows of Angmar, the end game is Angmar, and there are raids that take place there if you're going to be a part of an in-game guild and raid. Because of the fact that this is a legendary server and you're not meant to be trying to, get up to level 130 or 40, whatever the cap is these days, it, in my mind, is definitely worth crafting if you're going to be making your own gear or if you're going to be making things that are selling well on the auction hall. As a general rule, mining is always going to get you a ton of coin because people are always after the silver and gold, silver and white gold and stuff to make jewelry, because jewelry is very, very important in terms of stats, especially when you get up to higher tiers for stuff that's out of like the Misty Mountains, which I think is like level 40, to get ready for the end game if you're going to be playing raiding. I mean, even if you're not going to be raiding, it's still important to craft because some of the best gear in the game can be found through crafting. The way crafting works, if you've never done crafting in this game, I don't currently have a craft profession, so I can't pull it up. But essentially, everybody can start off. You have basic recipes that you can, if you're a brand new player, you can just buy it for coin from the in-game currency on the merchants that are the crafters, like the tailor vendor or the woodworking vendor or the armor smith vendor. They have recipes. If you have LOTRO points, you can also go to the LOTRO store and use the LOTRO points to buy books as well that have all the recipes. There's base recipes, then there's crit versions of those recipes, and then there's rare dropped recipes that are in the game world. There's also, well, that's just one side of it. I won't dive too much deeper into it than that. As far as weapons go, in the base version of the game, level 1 to 50, crafting is going to make some of the best weapons in the game. It's going to make some of the best jewelry in the game. It's going to make some of the best armor in the game. When they get to Moria, which is the first expansion, which comes months later on this server, you unlock legendary weapons, and at that point, you don't really need crafting to make the best weapons anymore, but high-end crafters can start making legendary weapons, which allows you to then fine-tune the stats you're going to want to get out of the legendary weapons that you would otherwise be getting from quests and drops. So if you're thinking ahead long-term, then yes, crafting is very, very important if you want to have the best gear at all times. It is very easy to have multiple. I have one of everything on the live servers. And I have 2 accounts. So I have my original account and I have a second account. When my wife plays with me, which isn't very often, but she does play LOTRO from time to time, even though she's not really a gamer, she loves Middle-earth. So I have a secondary account that she uses. I have crafters on both those accounts, and there's also something called the crafting guilds. I'm not sure how they're working on the legendary server because I just started here, so I'm not sure. I saw a post the other day that they might be bugged right now. By the way, thanks for the Twitch subscription, Mama Bird Yeti. Thank you so much for the support. There's also something called crafting guilds, which are things that you can earn after you get up around, I think it's around, I can't remember, it's like tier 3 maybe for crafting. At some point, as you level up your crafter, you will eventually get to the point where you can unlock access to the crafting guilds, which are specialized guilds for whatever profession you've chosen to um, to pursue. So if you've pursued woodworking as an example, you would go with the Woodworker Guild, and that's going to teach you how to make advanced bow recipes, advanced wooden weapons like spears. You'll be able to make advanced weapons. You'll also be able to make advanced musical instruments, things of that nature. If you're a tailor, you'll be able to make advanced versions of things. Weapons, armor, all that stuff. So there's the base level of crafting, then there's the advanced level of crafting. And because it's level 50, 1 to 50 right now, everybody's in the same bracket. So it's very much worthwhile, if not for your own enjoyment and your own gear, to be crafting things that you can sell on the auction hall, as well as to be, if you just want to harvest, the extras that you don't need, you can sell on the auction hall. Now, again, I'm not deep enough into the game because we just started playing this morning as a fresh start character. When you eventually get to the point in the tutorial that it leads you to the crafting stations, the way the crafting system works, unless they've revamped it since the last time I played, which was about a year and a half ago, you choose a profession which has like it's like 3 things combined. It'll be like the yeoman is what it'll be called, and it'll be like you can do wood harvesting, you can tan hides, and you can make wooden weapons, as an example. If you're an armor smith, you can make armor, you can mine things, and you can do something else. If you're a farmer, you'll be able to like farm, cook, and by the way, holy shit, if you've never done cooking or farming in a game before, please do it in Lord of the Rings Online. My overall LOTRO playlist on this channel, which has a few hundred videos from over the years, I have a whole section dedicated to farming, because farming in this game is really cool because you can farm huge fields of land. You can do so many different kinds of crops. You can make food. You can make ale. You can make meat. You can make pipeweed. Pipeweed has emotes, just like in the films. So if you want to blow cool smoke emotes, you're going to want to get into farming because you'll be able to make pipeweed. And then there's all the different types of foods, the ingredients that you can make to use to cook. And the Shire is a great place to do that. I don't want to get too sidetracked on that. And then Esseldin is a Dunedain outpost where you'll be doing a lot of like woodworking and crafting stuff if you're into hides and stuff. And then, of course, there's the Breetown crafting hall, etc. And there's a whole bunch of stuff in chat. I'll get to everybody as quickly as I can, but I wanted to answer this crafting question because it's a really good question. So I've been rambling for a few minutes. The short version, yes, it is absolutely worthwhile to do crafting on the legendary server. Not so much live. Live, it's mostly just for fluff and for cosmetics. Here, though, because you're still going through the early tiers, the food buffs you get from food are hugely important in terms of regen and stats. So if you wanted to make a cook to make the foods that you're going to want to get the extra stats for your character, do that option. Do you want to make swords for your character? Go that option. Do you want to make weapons or armor? Go that option. Do you want to make bows for your character? Quick commercial break, everyone, to celebrate and give thanks to all of these amazing people who keep me on the air full time. Really appreciate the support. All you got to do is join as a member. You get access to private videos. You can also do super thanks on any upload or super chats and stickers on any live stream or premiere you see. And beyond that, don't forget we're multi-streaming over on Twitch now, so you can support over there as well. Thanks so much to everybody. Let's get back to the video at hand. All right, so this is a follow-up to the crafting conversation we were having earlier, because someone said the new crafting quests now have you, rather than pick a profession, you pick one of 3 things. So hang on. Talk to a crafting master in Combe. Find the master of apprentices, which is this lady right here. This still looks the same. No, they've okay, I see what they've done. They've separated it out now. So instead of like yeoman and stuff, they've called it different things now. So now we have, right? Master of crafting guilds, which we can't do yet.
How can I be of service?
I think I want to go tailor. Someone said you can pick 3 now and then a 4th. Let's read this.
Stay a moment.
Tailor needs to go, because the way it worked before is you would pick a profession and it had 3 things within it. So hang on a second before I do this.
Stay a moment.
So we're getting tailoring. I also want to get forester, because then I can harvest. Okay.
Would you do something for me?
Okay. And then woodworker?
What do you need?
Because that would allow me to make... Right? Hang on. Double check this. Cook, farmer, jeweler, metalsmith, prospector, scholar, weaponsmith. No, this would be...
Could I speak with you a moment?
Alright, let's double check this, because this is all new to me. The tailor will be over here.
Hello there.
Open the crate to give me the supplies. We need to make a rough cloak cloth. Okay, go back and turn in.
Greetings, friend.
Introduction to tailoring. Wow, so this is a really cool change to the crafting system, because now instead of having it bundled together, you can pick the 3 that you want. And then someone said in chat earlier, you can now, if you have LOTRO points, you can spend to get a 4th if you wanted to add a 4th to that, which I'll definitely be doing because I want to be able to add the ability to mine along with this. Somebody said, there it is. It worked that time, guys. Maybe I just had to ding. Maybe I had to ding to get the 4th, but it's 1,000 points. So there we go. I can add this to the crafting video as well, because it looks like you can get a 4th slot. So that's really cool to see how the changes for crafting have taken place. Very cool. We're definitely buying that. Sweet. And now I'm going to go get mining, because hell yeah. How do I pick up a 4th? Hang on. Did it put it in my inventory? Yes. I think it's prospector.
Greetings.
Dude, this is so cool. So now I can mine, I can harvest wood, I can get hides, I can make all my own gear with the tailoring, I can make all my own weapons, and I can be selling ore on the market and making money.